until the 19th century, it was a relatively underdeveloped area, meaning there were the city walls, there were other agricultural villages in the 19th century outside of Jaffa, such as Salome or Sumail or other villages that are, let's say, the agricultural back of the city of Jaffa. Towards the middle of the 19th century, we're going to have more Arab villages, Arab towns, not exactly towns, it's called Sakne. It's these workers that are starting to arrive, immigrate from other places, and are starting to settle outside of the city wall. And this is kind of the Arab growth to the direction of north along the coastline. We've mentioned another Arab development to the direction of south of the old city, and we called it
Ajam.
very well. Okay. And
I have been waiting for somebody to say. Nah, I'm just.
we spoke about Azmi. Now I'm just recapping. And then we are making our way towards the Jewish growth outside of the old city of Jaffa. We've mentioned Neve Tzedek. We've mentioned how Neve Tzedek is the first Jewish neighborhood outside of the city walls of Jaffa. We've mentioned how Neve Tzedek is the beginning. It's like mushrooms after the rain. After Neve Tzedek comes Neve Shalom, comes Machane Yehuda, comes Jaffa. About 17 small neighborhoods. Now, the people of Neve Tzedek over there, they pay their taxes to who?
The government, American, maybe, or the German.
In 1887, who do we pay our taxation to?
To the Ottoman,
The
Ottoman.
Ottomans, and particularly to the Jaffa governor. Neve Tzedek is a Jewish neighborhood that is a part of Jaffa, which means that they pay their city tax to Jaffa, and the city will decide to use that money, usually not for particular things that the Jewish people need. So from that money, they will build a mosque. For example, Hassan Bek Mosque. We can't see it right here, but they build a mosque. Will they ever build a synagogue? No. Will they build a Jewish school? No. Will they intervene with urban planning? Not really. No. And the reality of life is that on the one hand, we already have ideology, we're already wanting to have autonomy, Jewish autonomy, and on the other hand, we are under the bureaucracy of Ottoman Jaffa. And this would lead 66 families to sit together in a club on the Jerusalem Boulevard and decide that they will want to establish a Hebrew city, the first Hebrew city in the world. What is the definition of a Hebrew city? What language will you speak? Hebrew. Revolutionary idea, right? Hebrew was an inaccessible day-to-day language. Up until now, what language did the Jewish people speak?
Yiddish.
Yiddish, Ladino, Arabic, Russian, French, lots of different languages. But Hebrew was not a day-to-day spoken language. So this is revolution number one. Now the issue is that they want to buy a plot of land. They don't want to be connected to Jaffa. So they are looking for a plot of land that will be at least a half kilometer far away from Neve Tzedek. Now the issue is, when we talk about this area, is that some lands around Jaffa are really expensive. What are the lands around Jaffa that are really expensive? What do they grow in these lands? Oranges. No one will sell orange orchards land, or no Jewish people that will get organized will be able to afford to buy lands in which you can grow oranges. That's a waste of money. But north of the city of Jaffa, the land is all sand dunes. And all of these sand dunes are not good for agriculture. So they're abandoned. And these are the lands that were that in 1909. So the idea, the establishment of what will one day be a city was in 1906. And then going on the ground was in 1909. That's when they established this city. That's when they purchased the land and they really start building. Now there is a very famous photograph from this era. Very famous photograph. Famous indeed. These are 66 families that are congregating here, right here where we're standing. You can see people wearing their Sunday best or their Shabbat best. You can see, you can just imagine their shoes are full of sand. You can imagine maybe they're hot or cold. They're definitely uncomfortable with the humidity. And they've come to this newly purchased land with dreams. They are people of vision. So this is the land. The sand dunes around them is where we're standing at the moment. And this is the photograph of that became like a canonized event of the city of Tel Aviv, that all the 66 families that came and chipped into buying the land now needs to decide who is going to live on which plot. What would be a fair way to divide the land? Lottery. Now they don't have a lot of paper. What do they have a lot here? Shells. They will pick 66 gray shells and 66 brown shells, and they will make on the gray shells they will write plot numbers. On the brown shells they will write down family last names, and they will have one boy and one girl. Taking out plot number 13 goes to the Shenkin family. That was the big lottery, the lottery of the shells. It became like an epic event in the history of Tel Aviv. And then they will start building. So our journey today is going to be in the next hour and a half or so. We're going to walk around where the historical area of Tel Aviv that was established in 1909. The first 1909. Yes, the first. This is Achuzat Bayit. Now, Achuzat Bayit is the first name of the city. Now, our stations, we're going to go now to a fountain. We're going to go to Akiva Weiss house. We're going to go to the Shalom Tower. And from there, we're going to continue all the way to the Independence Hall and to the memorial. After that, this is going to be the tour of like the beginning of Tel Aviv. After that, we're going to make our way towards the Carmel market. We're not going to go into the market, but we're going to speak about the touristic options of traveling there. And from the Carmel market, we'll make our way to the Trumpeldor Cemetery. Sounds good?